Hi, I'm Lisa Redfern,
And I'm Todd Nelson.
and this is Gingersnap. It's a conversation with a creative Mainer.
This is episode 75. It's a very special episode.
Right out of town.
I know.
I always wanted to be number 75.
So, Todd Nelson is an educator and a writer, and he's from all the way up in Penobscot, which is near Blue Hill.
Yes,
right?
dear.
Yes, yeah. And he's got his vest on just to prove it. And so, I want to know...
I'm actually a former educator now. I'm
but aren't you once an educator, always an educator, kind of?
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Trying to leave that part of my life behind and be a
Okay.
full-time grown-up writer.
Okay,
Every day.
full-time grown-up writer.
Yes,
Wow.
and I write
Okay, he's
these
going to show you.
things, and I write about Maine temperature, and I write about taking a walk with Andy Goldsworthy, for instance.
You did?
I did.
Oh, we're going to talk about
No,
that
I'm
after.
lying. And Clark Fitzgerald, my favorite local artist, and I write essays about poems, and every so often I write a poem, and I write about boats. And I wrote this after I saw a former Gingersnap episode with Karen Schneider. I knew
Karen.
I had to publish something in Northern Maine Journeys.
So the Northern Journeys that just came out.
Northern Journeys magazine. Hello. And my daughter Ariel did this
Isn't that great?
outstanding
I love that.
owl.
I love that owl. Yeah, so if you, look around. The Northern Journeys copies are everywhere. They're also online. But,
Yes.
and you should show this one too. That one's pretty.
Oh, this is... I did a lot for Maine Public Radio at one time, and I put them all together in this book with this attractive quilt made by Leslie Nelson. I'm married to her.
Okay, Todd, when did you first come to Maine?
Well, you can answer that in a number of ways. I went to college at Bates. I met my wife working at a camp on Long Lake.
Camp Newfound.
And the way I channel it these days is our family came to Maine in the early 1700s, and we were named Colbys and
Whoa.
Holdens and Churchills then. And my
Sounds
great-great-grandfather, Spencer Colby, after the Civil War, left Moose River, Maine in a covered wagon, and he went to Michigan.
You're
and
lying.
then to, I swear. And then to Nebraska, where he's buried. And ever since then, we've been working our way back. And
Wow.
I'm back.
He's
Since
back!
1998, we've lived here full time, aside from a
Todd is in
little
the house.
stint in Philadelphia.
Oh, we want to talk about that. Don't you mean Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Philly. They don't say Philly in
Philly.
Philadelphia.
They don't say their L's. They
Philadelphia.
swallow their L's in Philly.
I never got the accent.
They're like, okay.
So the most pleasurable years of my writing life
Hmm.
and many of the pleasurable years of my education life have been spent in Maine as a public school principal and as just a local parent. All three of my kids went to high school in Maine at George Stevens Academy, and it's a place we think of as home.
And how old are your kids and where are they now?
Goodness.
Goodness.
We got a 33-year-old, Spencer. He's in Philadelphia, and he's a drummer.
He's a drummer?
But he's moving home, I think.
Oh.
We got Ariel. She's in Philadelphia, and she is the aforementioned graphic artist.
The artist of...
And then we have Hillary, who's in San Francisco.
Oh.
And she is, I don't know, 31, 32. And she's in the family business. She's a kindergarten teacher.
Oh,
Just like her mother.
That's so great. That's wonderful.
She's awesome.
Do they come back to visit?
She's wicked awesome. They will come back for holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and maybe in the summer. And they try to avoid coming home when there's wood to be stacked.
But that's so fun. That's such a good family activity to do together.
Don't I know it?
Right?
I've tried that line.
Gives you a good workout. Yeah, it's really
Twice
nice.
warm.
Okay, since you're a word guy and a writer, what was your first word? And if you don't know, what do you think it may have been? Or should have been, even?
Goodness, I have no idea what it was actually. I work more in earliest memories and visions maybe, but it was probably food related.
Maybe it was cookie.
I'm sure it was cookie.
Da, da, da. So my first word was cookie. It's in my baby book even. Thank you, Sandy. These are the Gingersnap. I got Gingersnaps especially today because
my
it's
gosh.
the 75th episode Gingersnap.
Dun, 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 dun. May I?
Please, this is what it's all
love
about.
Gingersnap cookies.
Now these got a little cold in my car from this morning.
It's all right if you put them in the microwave and warm them up.
Oh, but
All
inside
that good
is
molasses will
Mm-hmm.
get chewy
They're
again.
chewy on the inside.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. These are from Wild Oats in Brunswick. And all right, Todd. When you were a kid, like a cool teenager, did you have a cool teenager car? Or did your family have a cool car when you were younger that you laugh?
Yeah, we
I
had
guess
a
you
cool,
know.
we had a wicked cool Datsun 510. Oh, that's what I got my license
man.
on, that Datsun 510. Yeah, we were more the Volvo family.
You were those guys.
I will say, however, that when I was a junior in high school, my mother bought a motorcycle. My mother bought a motorcycle. Darren,
Who
my
I knew.
mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got my motorcycle license. And I still have it, but I do not have a motorcycle.
Well, that's just wrong.
It is so wrong.
License and
When
no
we lived in
motorcycle.
California, I had a BMW motorcycle, and I miss it.
Mm.
I need it back.
All right. So, okay, I'm going to put my cookie down now. So I can speak. Do you have a book or two that you have recommended the most to people?
Yes, absolutely. And I've even
Other
written
than your
about
own
it.
writing.
No. I know. I know. You can't see it, but this says Beating Captain Najork. This is my 6 years as principal of Adams School in Castine.
Mm.
But how Tom beat Captain Najork and his hired sportsmen is my favorite book ever. And it's a children's
Wow.
book illustrated by Quentin Blake. And it has the themes of my life in it. There's Aunt Fidget Wankumstrong, there's Captain Najork, there's Tom, who's a young lad who liked to fool around, low and muddy fooling around, high and wobbly fooling around. These are the memes of life as I know it. And everyone I've ever known, I've recommended it to. And
Wow.
it runs through all of my writing, all of my teaching. My whole life philosophy is based on that book. I highly recommend it.
Wow. That's wonderful.
And then whenever somebody's getting married, I recommend certain poems. There's always a poem to go with any life occasion. It tends to be a poem by Richard Wilbur or Howard Nemerov. They're my kind of go-to poets for all kinds of things.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for those recommendations.
But not a big novelist. I don't read a lot of fiction. I read a lot of poetry and nonfiction, and I read the New Yorker every week.
That's why you're so smart.
That would be the only explanation.
Oh, okay, Todd. Is there a song or an album? We can say album because we're old enough to say album. That you come back to again and again as kind of a touchstone.
Are you experienced Jimi Hendrix? Purple Haze. It's all Purple Haze. That's it.
Okay,
I'm done.
That's it. He's done. Okay.
That was the first album I bought, and it was an album, with my own money.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Earned by mowing lawns. And Purple Haze changed my life. I heard that, and I thought, oh my God, I got to grow my hair out. Even though I'm white, I got to have an afro like Jimmy.
Did you try?
High school, try. I succeeded big time.
Oh, you're going to need to send me a picture.
Okay,
The
good.
afro.
High school was all about power trio, Cream, Jimi Hendrix. I was a drummer, and I owe it all to Jimmy.
We're going to post some pictures after this gets put up of some, drummer Todd
I got
afro
him.
pictures.
I got him. There is a photographic record.
I love it. All right. If a movie was made about your life, what genre would it be? Who would star as you, or who would you like to have star as you?
Well, let's see.
This is the money. The question for all the money.
I don't know. Motorcycle, Jimi Hendrix. How Tom beat Captain
Rider
Najork and his
kinda
hires.
thing.
I'm thinking Yeah, it could be
Easy
kind
Rider
of
meets
Easy Rider-ish, Born to Run, Easy Rider, Born to Run mashup, maybe with a little Moby Dick or something thrown in as well.
Little Moby Dick thrown in for good measure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just to keep it classic, truly classic.
Mm-hmm.
Little Melvillian stuff thrown in there. Shipboard
I
life.
like Melvillian as a
Melvillian.
adjective.
I've never heard that word. I may have just improvised.
I'm going to use it all the time now.
Melvillian.
That seemed a little Melvillian of you. I don't know.
It's good. It works.
I like
works.
it. Okay, so Todd, if someone
It's better
wants...
than Starbuckian
Starbuckian. Yes. Oh.
or Ahabian. Queequegian.
Queequegian.
Oh, I don't think
I
so.
like that. Have you been to the Whale Museum in Nantucket?
No. No.
You should. You should go. It's pretty amazing.
I should. I'll just put in a little plug right here for
Please do.
this school in Castine, the Calvineers, who are kids studying the right whale and working to save this endangered species. Check them out. There's a little movie being made right now about them. Awesome educational program. Kids who have profound scientific knowledge about the endangered right whale, and their teacher, my colleague, Bill McQueenie, fabulous educator. So look in the news for the Calvineers coming along.
That is so cool. Okay, so I have a question about education for you. If you were to recommend to young parents right now a book about education, a book about raising children, is there something that comes to mind?
Yeah, you should read my book. Or is it? Hey, yeah.
Hey,
serious.
I wasn't even setting that up for.
Look, this all you need
swear.
to know. It's called The Learning Curve, and it's like 300 pages of essays from a school principal and teacher, all about the moments, street level view of school when it works best, and how kids learn best, and how to be the voice of a parent in the lives of your kid or somebody else's kid. You can purchase this and all my other writings at lulu.com.
Lulu.com.
Just search for Todd R. Nelson, and you'll be amazed at what pops up.
That's perfect, because I was just going to say, if somebody wants to reach you or get your publications, perfect.
Lulu.com. LULU.com. We got the learning curve, specially marked boxes.
That's
These are all my
fantastic.
essays about my kids. You want some parenting
that's
advice?
Great. See, I want to read that. Yeah.
Give them jackknives and matches. It'll take care of itself.
Say that.
What could go
I'm
wrong?
just trying to get my stepsons to put their matches away and leave their...
Kids, don't listen to Lisa. You need the matches. Maybe not an accelerant,
Not in the house.
but a knife is good.
I don't want a
matches-
lighter. It was the lighter. We were trying to get the boys not to
Take
bring
your
the
bikes
lighters.
apart now.
Oh, they do that.
Learn
they do
how
stuff
to
like that.
dismantle stuff.
They do.
Keep your hands off Lisa's laptop, though.
That's true. No laptop. No, they're great. They're both great. Okay, so, and do you have a favorite age that you worked with kids?
Well, I was a middle school teacher, and at adult parties, when you say that you're a middle school English teacher, most people run screaming from the room because that was the worst time of life for them. But I had a great time in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I love that era in my own life.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's made me drawn towards that age. You're on the cusp of real adult abilities. You've still got interests, curiosities. You're not afraid to break things, and yet your inquisitiveness is real. And so that's a great thing for a teacher to come along and challenge and work with. So I would say the middle school years, 7th and 8th grade.
I would agree. I think
Good age.
That is a great
Good
age.
The age of becoming.
All right. Well, I have just a few last things to say, but I want to say you've been gingersnapped. How do you feel?
Whoa! Not what I expected.
Yeah. We like to keep things surprising here at Gingersnap World.
Keep it real. Lisa. Keep it real.
So I'm Lisa Redfern. This is Gingersnap, conversation and a cookie with a creative Mainer. If you need to know, you don't need to, but if you want to know more about me or my music, you can go to lisaredfern.com. And I've got a couple gigs coming up that I should mention. December 6th at Frontier, I am guest hosting the Maine Songwriters Association Songwriters on Stage show. That's at 7 at Frontier in Brunswick. Max Ader, Kate Miller, Carter Ruff, and myself will be swapping songs on stage. Please come. It'll be a great time. December 16th, there will be a magical candlelit concert at the Phippsburg Congregational Church in Bath. We're actually in Bath, even though he's from... I didn't go all the way to Penobscot.
I'm from away.
He's from away. And that's going to be a great show, and I have to take my glasses off to read this last part. Oh, yeah. Danielle Paz, she's a harpist, and April and Bill Jubet, I haven't met them yet, but they are a bluegrass duo, and Judd Caswell, who's a wonderful singer-songwriter who lives in Brunswick, and myself. We'll be entertaining you that night with holiday-related music. If you've never been to the Phippsburg Church, it's a very magical place. And yeah, I think that's it. So this was episode 75. Here we go. I'm gonna sing the little goodbye song.
Aww.
You can just kind of go. It only takes a second.
Okay.
This has been Gingersnap.